So guys, this is our monthly team call for March. Thank you so much for being flexible with me and not doing or not having an issue with it not being last week, because sometimes, life happens, and luckily with this business, we can be a little more flexible. And, we had a doctor's appointment that had an issue. But anyways, the call will usually be every first Monday. So I'm pretty sure the next Monday is April 4th. So it'll be April 4th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do record these. I do want you to get on live if you can, especially, so that you can be a part of the team environment and ask questions if you have and everything like that. And I don't know about you, but it's hard for me to actually listen or watch recordings. If I'm on live, I get more out of it, but then to have it on your to-do list to watch later on, it's a little tougher. So I wanted to go over the 4 degrees of action, and where I'm coming up with this is from the book, The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. It's Cardone. If you're someone who is at the point where you're like, you know what, I need to get my booty kicked with this business. I want to go. I want to reach those levels. I want to be able to quit my full-time job. I want to be able to pay off my debt. This book is one of those things that it's kind of like a slap in the face. It tells you exactly how you need to get to that point. Okay. It was definitely a kick in the booty for me, where I was like, oh, you know what? I want all these big things to happen, but I'm not doing the right amount of action to be able to achieve those goals. Okay. So the first level of action is the do nothing phase. Okay. And these are, and you guys are on the call, so you're definitely not do nothings. These are people who don't get on the team calls. You literally do nothing with the business. You you have goals that you want to achieve, but you let them become something that's in the back burner, and you let other priorities kind of overtake it. You let life happen to you. If something happens, you're like, okay, you know what? I'll let that overtake what I had for my goals. Your goals don't become as important to you anymore. You no longer take actions to move forward, to learn. So you're on this call, you're taking those actions to move forward and learn. Okay, so if you're not doing that and you're just kind of letting all of these team trainings, my call, Janelle's weekly team trainings that are always amazing, the National Wake Up Call, say you're letting the National Wake Up Call go, shame on you. Those are the no-brainer things that you need to get on and learn from, because those are top coaches teaching you. Okay. Also in this phase, the do nothing phase, they think that it takes no energy to be in this position, and when you're just sitting there, for instance, just sitting on the couch, and even though there's things you need to get done, you just kind of sit there and do nothing. That actually takes the same amount of energy to do nothing as the massive action phase, which is the last one that we'll talk about. You're actually doing the same amount of energy. It's exhausting to do nothing, surprisingly. Have you ever, sat around all day, and when you go to bed, you're like, I am super tired. I am so drained. And it's because it took so much energy just to sit around. For instance, my husband, who just went through surgery, he's not allowed to move around a lot. And he's like, how am I so tired at night? I do nothing. And it's because, your body literally has to force itself to do nothing. Okay. If you're someone who, when the alarm goes off in the morning, you just turn it off and keep snoozing, and I know that's hard. I know it's hard not to do. Tenley's my alarm right now. So when she starts, cooing and cawing, I'm like putting the pacifier in her mouth, is kind of like a snooze, to be like, okay, go back to sleep. That's, what people with this do nothing phase do. They don't get excited when they first wake up in the morning. They're not like, okay, let's start the day, let's get going. They're like, oh man, I want to continue to sleep. And some of us are not morning people. So, and they also, individuals in this spot, they're putting massive action in other areas of their life. Okay. So that's when you go back to priorities. Maybe you're really good at making sure that you watch the Kardashians every single Sunday. Yeah, right? Or you're really good at, let's think, you're really good at a computer game, or something that you're putting a ton of time and energy into, and not putting that time and energy into your business, okay? And these could be also, what this looks like in your business. It's, people who are kind of using the products every once in a while. They don't stick strictly to the program. If you listen to Julie Bory's last Monday on the National Wake Up Call, she said you have to get through a program. You have to push play every single day. People in this do nothing. They don't stick to the plan. They don't stick to the program. Maybe they're doing the hybrids. They don't push play every single day to the same program. They don't stick to their nutrition plan. I know that's hard, and all of us fall off sometimes. But these do-nothings are people who just say, oh, you know what, whatever. If I don't get results, I don't get results, okay? And this could also be someone who's a discount coach, someone who's like, I just really don't want anything with the business, okay? So that's the first phase, the do-nothing phase, okay? And all of you guys are not that because you're on the call, okay? The next one is the retreating phase. And what I find is a lot of coaches are in this retreating phase as well as the next one. And so what retreating is maybe you have a fear of success. I know I sure did, and when I started to have people come to me for help, or I had people wanting to sign up as a coach on my team, I thought, holy crap, I don't know how to lead anyone. I don't know how to do this. And I pulled myself back because I thought, I don't want to let them down. I'm scared, I don't know what to do. And so I pulled back from that success that I was seeing. And so, people in this retreating phase, they're people who take action in the reverse to avoid negative actions. Okay, so maybe, like I said, you have people coming to you and wanting your help, and you get scared thinking that you're not going to be able to help them. Or, you hit a rank, and then you're scared, oh my gosh, I don't know how to lead these people, and you pull back and you let that rank drop. Okay. Or, you're afraid of succeeding. You're afraid of what's going to happen. You're afraid of, you see these coaches who say that they work 8, 9, 10 hours a day leading these big teams. And you think, oh my God, that's going to be my whole entire life. I don't want that. I want to be able to quit my job, but I don't want to have to work 8 to 10 hour days. Believe me, I do not work 8 to 10 hour days. It's like maybe 4 if Tenley lets me. All right. And you get used to doing things and making things easier. So don't worry about, thinking that you have to work a ton. Or maybe you don't feel worthy of success. This is something that I've seen with quite a few coaches, is that there's been something that's happened in your past. Maybe someone who told you, you're never going to amount to anything. You can't do that. Why would you try to do that? And those things stick in your head. So when you start getting a groove, you start moving forward with your business, those thoughts pop up and it pulls you back. Okay? Every single person on this Zoom, you are worthy of success. You are worthy of doing whatever you want with your business, okay? I want you to say that to yourself. You are worthy of succeeding with whatever you want to do with this business, okay? Failure and rejection is something that scares you. So I know when we first sign up as a coach and no, and every other area of in our lives is such a negative connotation, right? It's like, you don't want to hear the words no. But with this business, we know when people say no, it's just not the right time for them, and they end up watching you and continue to be inspired by you. And you planted that seed, and all of a sudden, 5, 6, a year or 2 later, they come back and they're like, hey, you know what? This is something that I want to do. For instance, one of my top coaches, Brittany Wright and Christy Coaster, 2 years before they actually signed up as coaches on my team, we had talked about it, and actually I think both of them ignored me when I asked about it. And they came back 2 years later and signed up as coaches. So I could have been like, they said no, and let that bring me down and say, you know what, I'm just going to stop working this business. Or you can take that no and say, you know what, they'll be back. I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing, and I'm going to stick to it every single day. Or maybe you have someone who says, I'm sorry, I'm going to defriend you because you're really annoying. Okay, and that's like, that hurts, right? No. Don't take it so personal and say, okay, I'm doing something right if I'm having these people say that I'm annoying them, right? Because I'm putting myself out there. Some people get uncomfortable when they see that you're actually making yourself better, unfortunately. Some may have family members, that are trying to pull them down and hold them in that retreating phase, where you start getting that momentum. You start putting the time and energy into your business, and you start seeing results. And then you have a family member or a friend that just kind of says something that brings you down, and says, this is never going to amount to anything. Why are you putting so much time and energy when you're making $20 a week? Why are you doing that? And then that sticks in your head, right? When someone says something like that, push it out of your head and say, you know what, watch me, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to be paying off that debt. I had family members in my life that did that. And I said, watch me, and however many years later, they've joined as coaches. Okay. What this looks like in your business, okay, is you hit Success Club every once in a while, but it's not a non-negotiable for you. Okay. It's something that you're like, you know what, if I have people interested, I'll do it. Or you set up to hit that Success Club 5 goal. And, with 3 or 4 days left in the week, you're like, or in the month, you're like, you know what, it's the end of the month. I suck. I can't believe I didn't hit it. And you give up. You're like, you know what, it's just not going to happen this month. That is not the kind of mindset to have. Even after I've hit my goal for Success Club, I keep going. I'm like, you know what? There's still people out there. We still have, even up until the last day, the last hour, I'm talking to people because I'm like, you know what? Let's see how many people I can help, how many people I can reach. You should never be, holding yourself back, okay? When you take massive action in your business and focus for a week and start seeing results, it scares you and you pull back, okay? So maybe you're really consistent with your Power of Threes for like a week, and you start having those conversations coming back, and then you get overwhelmed and you think, oh my God, I can't keep up with this. I can't do this. No way. Or maybe you're like me and you have a baby who will not sleep during the day, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to work until right before, right after she goes to bed. All right, it's not going to work out. No, you have to be that person that says, okay, if I have to work at 10 o'clock at night, I'm going to make that happen. Okay. So life gets in your way and you let it slide to the back burner. It's not something that you really fully have committed to, okay? And you let the fear of hearing no hold you back from reaching out to as many people as you can, okay, about coaching, about challenge groups, about free groups, or you're scared that your family members are going to judge you, or your friends are going to judge you. You have to push that out of your focus, guys, and say, you know what, I know that what I'm doing is improving my life and it's improving other people's lives. So let's get going. Let's keep going. Okay. The third level is, and this is where most people are. Okay. This is the normal level of action. Okay. And basically you're doing your Power of Threes every single day. You're consistently posting on your page 3 to 5 times a day. You're, making sure that you get on the team calls and you're listening to the National Wake Up Call and you're following up with people and, you're doing all of those normal levels and average things of the business, and you hear me and other coaches say, if you are consistent with doing these things every single day, you're going to see results, which is true. In the normal levels of action, you're going to see results. They're not going to happen as fast as you want them to. Okay. If you have a goal of quitting your job in 6 months, if you're taking the normal levels of action, it's going to take a good 2 years or more for you to get that. And maybe you're okay with that. That's okay. But this is the most dangerous phase to be in, or level to be in, because it's like we're making it acceptable to just do the average or the normal. Okay. And guess what it creates? It creates normal lives. It creates normal relationships. It creates normal marriages. It creates average, results with your fitness. Maybe you're just, kind of committed to the nutrition and fitness plan, but not fully engaged in it. Okay. So you're going to get those average results. And hello, it's been me, like I've seen, when I do the fitness programs, it's like, all right, I'll slip up and have, some chocolate here and there, or some, ice cream or whatever. I'm not always, or a little too much peanut butter. I'm not always fully committed to doing everything perfect. Okay. So I know that I'm going to get average results. And it's a combination of the 2 top phases. So when you're saying, okay, I'm going to be average, I'm going to have these normal levels of action, you're doing a little bit of retreating. So when you start, I hear this a lot from coaches. They kind of wait till the end of the month to hit Success Club. And then at the end of the month, it's like, scramble, 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 scramble. You're pushing yourself really hard and you hit it in this level. Okay. But you're exhausted. You're like, oh my God, can I just take the first week off? Can I just slow down that first week in the next month? And then you go through it all over again. Okay, so you're not really pushing yourself earlier in the month in this level. And what it looks like in your business is you are hitting Success Club 5 or Success Club 10 consistently in your business. Okay, but once you hit it, say that you hit it maybe a little earlier in the week or the month, you stop. You're like, all right, got it, crossed off, hit that goal. Okay, or you say, okay, I'm gonna sign up one coach on my team this month. One coach. Okay, if you have a goal of signing up one coach and you just want to be, maybe an emerald coach and you're okay with that, then that's good. If you're someone who's saying, I want to be a diamond coach, I want to be a 5-star coach, I want to be a 10-star, 15-star, signing up one coach a month is not going to get you there. Okay, you go to Summit. You go to Super Saturday, you get on the team trainings, you listen to the National Wake Up Call, but you're not fully applying what you're learning, okay? And you're sticking to the power of threes every single day, like I said, but you're not going above and beyond on those things, okay? And like I said, I don't know if I said this actually, your posts are ordinary. You're not, you want to think of yourself as an onion, okay? And you need to keep pulling back those layers so that you feel more comfortable talking to people about the things that you're going through, okay? And as you peel back those layers, they get to know you more and they want to be a part of your team because they're like, God, she's so refreshing. She's so real. She doesn't care what other people think about. We are touching, we are really getting to know each other because we related on something that I rarely talk about, So you want to think of, in this level, you're still on that maybe second or third layer in your posts, okay? And you're not seeing your income increase as fast in this average level, So say that you're starting out and you're like, I'm making, 20 to 30 bucks a week, and you stay in this average level and say, you know what, I'm just going to trust that if I stick to the power of threes and I'm being consistent and I'm doing this, that it's going to increase to 500 bucks. I'm sorry, but that's going to take a good 2 to 3 years to go from, $20 to $30 a week to 500 if you're sticking to this average, okay, or normal level of action. The last one, and the one that you want to be in if you want to see business results, okay? And not only is it going to affect your business, but it's going to affect everything in your life in a positive way, okay? Is the take massive action phase or level. And basically in this phase, it's the most natural action for all of us. I had some coaches to my house this weekend, and they got to see that my little Tenley's legs are constantly moving, or she's cooing or she's cawing, and people who have children, that when they are little, they are nonstop. They are never moving or never stop moving unless they're sleeping, right? And so when we were born, we were used to being constantly moving around, constantly doing something until someone told us to maybe slow down or to chill out. I know I was a very, very hyper little girl, and I was, hence Tenley. And I was always screaming or doing something. And I love my parents to death. It's not like they knew that they were doing anything, but, you tell your children to slow down, to stop screaming, to sit down and relax and color and do that kind of stuff. And what that does to us is it almost pulls us into being that average or normal action because we're slowing down. We're getting used to just chilling out. When if you're in this massive action, you're going constantly. Okay. And no, you can't be in massive action phase all the time, but you want to have those spurts in your business. I always talk about the seasons of your business or seasons of the year for your business. And, we're coming up to Summit. Summit's in July. If I were you, I would start really focusing on rank advancing and building your team and, hitting as many people as you can help and challenge groups and stuff like that right now, because we have 4 months? 4 months of really focusing, and then after Summit, you can maybe go down to the normal level of action for a week or two and then hop back in, okay? So you're going to be going above and beyond in your challenge groups, okay? So you're going to be reaching out to those challengers every single week and making sure that they have what they need, or maybe giving them your cell phone. I do that. You're making sure that you're reaching out to as many people as you can and to invite them to challenge groups and coaching every single month, okay? So you're sticking to that jab and hook mentality that I always talk about, okay? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up on YouTube, jab hook, Meg Wazinski, okay? And you can see the little video where I talk about it. And I think it's important because some people like to know numbers. If you're talking to 10 people, okay, you're talking to 10 people about a challenge group or about coaching, you're going to have 1 to 2 people who say yes, okay? So if you only talk to 10 people in the month about a challenge group and you're like, God, I only hit Success Club 2. You got to up your numbers. In this massive action, you're saying, okay, I want to hit Success Club 20. How many people do I have to talk to? Or we had Angie Bellamar, who's one of my good friends, who's now the #1 coach in Canada and #4 coach in the entire company. She is a massive action person. If you look at her on Instagram, you look at her on Facebook, she's talking about coaching constantly. She's inviting people constantly. That's what all of those top coaches are doing. They're inviting people constantly to join their team or to join their challenge group or a free group. Okay, they're talking to a ton of people all the time so that those numbers go up, because it is a number business, guys. And all those people who say no, they watch you, and most of them come back later on, and that's nice when you're like, okay, now it's the right time for you. You're making it a point to get on the team calls live, to get on the National Wake Up Call live, to get on Janelle's team trainings on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern live, and apply what you're learning, okay? Not just getting on and taking notes. And I think sometimes that happens. I get caught up in it. I'm like, okay, take notes. Life happens, forget to apply. Okay, so you're actually applying what you're learning and saying, you know what, I'm going to star the things that really stand out to me. Okay, you're running and doing you're running trainings and doing Zooms for your team. That is a non-negotiable, especially even if you have 1 or 2 coaches on your team. Okay, that still is a team. Okay, and you need to start building that team environment. And sometimes I have coaches say, but Meg, they're discount coaches. That's okay. Get them into your challenge groups. See if you can do a Zoom with them, once every month to help them with their fitness goals. Okay. So you're actually getting used to running Zoom. If you go on zoom.us, that's the actual website for it, you can sign up for a free account. Okay. And learn how to actually do a Zoom. You're recognizing your team. Okay. So you're doing those 4 vital behaviors every single day. You're inviting people. You're drinking your Shakeology. You're doing your workouts. You're doing your personal development every single day. And that's one thing that I forgot to say in the normal action. In the normal action, you're doing your personal development, but you're not actually letting it soak in. You're kind of like, okay, I listened, but you're not actually letting it absorb into you. Okay. In this massive action, you're doing your personal development and you're like, yeah, I'm living and breathing what I'm learning. I am applying this. I am sharing it with my team. And when you do that in the massive action, not only does it help you, but it helps everyone on your team. Okay. And your team is growing and rank advancing. Okay. If you're in this massive action, you're just going to see this stuff happening. Okay. You have big goals for you and your team. And you never go to bed unless your power hour is done, okay? Or your power of 20, okay? You're not doing just power of 3. You're not saying, okay, I put 3 people in every single one of those things, and I posted 3 times, and I did this. In this massive action, you're like, I'm talking to 15 people about coaching, or I'm talking to 15 people about my challenge group a couple times a week. It doesn't have to be every day, but you're taking massive action every single day. So, for instance, say that you're doing the power of 20 and you're talking to 20 people on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, okay? All different 20 people, okay? So that's 60 people in a week. On Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, you can have Saturday off, but Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, you're following up with those people. You're having massive action follow-ups, okay? And not only is that going to help your business grow like crazy, but it's going to help you focus in more and get better results, okay? And guess what? In this massive action, which I bet you all want, your income is increasing like crazy. So instead of saying, all right, it's going to take me 2 to 3 years to be making $500 a week, you're going to be making $500 a week within, maybe 3 to 4 to 6 months of applying this massive action, depending on how much massive action you actually do, okay? And guess what? once you start that momentum with this business, it's unreal. You guys saw my income. What happens is it spirals, okay? It starts going like crazy once you have that momentum because you have a team that's supporting you. And you jump from $500 to $1,000 to $5,000. Can you even like think like $5,000 a week? Holy crap, that's a lot of money. Think of all of the debt you could pay off. Think of, things that you could do for your family with that. And all of you can do that. You just have to decide to do that massive action. Okay. So another thing in this massive action for your business is that you, like I said, you're taking your personal development to heart. You're fully doing it. You're applying meditation. Do you know what meditation does for yourself, for your business? Oh my gosh, you guys, I meditated before I hopped on this call. I was like, okay, need to get my mind focused. If you are focused when you're working your business, you can move mountains. You can do whatever you want to do, okay? But if you try to just hop on when your mind is like, all over the place, you're not going to get those results that you want, okay? So which level do you want to be? What level do you want to be in this business, okay? So we had the do-nothings. That's the first one. We had the retreaters. Okay, we had the average or the normal level of action, and then the massive action. If you're someone who's on here and you're saying, I want to see those things that Meg said. I want to see my income increase like crazy. I want to walk across stage at Summit. Okay, that's something that fires people up. I want to walk across stage at Summit and to be able to wave to my family, or I want to be able to speak at Summit. Okay, in 2018, it's like it's 2017. Okay, I want to be someone who speaks on that stage, or I want to be someone who speaks on the National Wake Up Call to share with other coaches what I've been able to do to succeed. Okay, you have to do massive action. Okay, massive action on every single thing you do in your business. Okay, and if you catch yourself becoming, the normal action or the retreater, reach out to your upline and say, you know what, I need something to fire me up. Okay. So like I said, make sure that you read this book, The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Another good book is The Miracle Morning. If you're someone who's like, you know what, I just don't have the rhythm, The Miracle Morning, especially for network marketers. Hello, Miracle Morning for Network Marketers is the name of the book. If you can get yourself into doing that rhythm, your business is just going to go. Okay, so I'm going to put in the important team fit addicted group after this call. I'm going to put, which level of action are you and what do you want to be? Okay, and be open, be real. Before I really committed to my business, I was for sure a retreater. For sure. I wasn't a do nothing because I wanted the business to work and I was getting on stuff. But I was a retreater. I was someone who's terrified to actually put my all into it because I thought, what if I fail? What if I fail? What are people going to think of me? And then when I finally said, you know what? I don't care what people think. I really don't. Sometimes I do. But for the most part, I don't care what people think. And once you can get into that mindset, that massive action will just come naturally. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to read through. Let's see. Oh, I like Infinity and Beyond. Absolutely. Going to bed without it. Yep, Jamie, I've been there too. And then, yes, guys, it's so normal to get in your own way. I mean, if you think about anything in your life, it's scary to think that you could possibly fail. Okay? It's scary, because you don't want to feel stupid. You don't want your family to be like, told you so, right? But with this business, I can 100%, and that's a big number, 100% promise you that if you do massive action and you get to that point where you say, I don't care what other people think, I'm just going to be me and I'm going to be real and I'm going to share this with as many people as I can and apply what you're learning in these trainings and actually doing it, you're going to see exactly what you want to happen in this business. Okay? I 100% promise you. Okay, so do we have any questions? Anything? No? No? Okay. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for hopping on. You guys are amazing. I'm always like, God, I hope people are okay with me switching the date and actually hop on. So thank you for that. Another thing that I want to make sure I announced, and I already ran it past Kirk, that, let's see, in June, in June sometime, I'm going to do another kind of get together at my house. So if you're someone who, doesn't live so close to me, we can make it work. We will make it work because I would love to meet as many of you as I possibly can. Okay. And take what I learned, get that book, and become a massive action coach. Okay, massive action. So I'll put this recording in the team group once it's up on YouTube, and make sure that you start applying it and you comment on my post so that I don't just put it up there and I'm like, oh, no one commented. Okay. Have a wonderful Monday. Make this week amazing. And I will talk to you all in the team group. All right. Bye, guys. I see babies everywhere. Bye, guys.